Julius Erving II, lifestyle and net worth. Julius Erving II, born on February 22, 1950, commonly known by the nickname Dr. J, is an American former professional basketball player. Erving helped legitimize the American Basketball Association, the ABA, and he was the best-known player in that league when it merged into the National Basketball Association, the NBA, after the 1975-1976 season. Erving won 3 championships, 4 Most Valuable Player awards, and 3 scoring titles with the ABA's Virginia Squires and New York Nets, now the NBA's Brooklyn Nets, and the NBA's Philadelphia 76ers. During his 16 seasons as a player, none of his teams ever missed the postseason. He is the 8th highest scorer in ABA/NBA history with 30,026 points, NBA and ABA combined. He was well known for slam dunking from the free throw line in slam dunk contests and was the only player voted most valuable player in both the ABA and the NBA. The basketball slang of being posterized was first coined to describe his moves. In 1980, Erving was honored as one of the league's greatest players of all time by being named to the NBA 35th anniversary team. In 1993, Erving was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. In 1994, Erving was named by Sports Illustrated as one of the 40 most important athletes of all time. In 2004, he was inducted into the Nassau County Sports Hall of Fame. In both 1996 and 2021, Erving was again honored as one of the league's greatest players of all time by being named to the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams, respectively. Many consider him one of the most talented players in the history of the NBA. He is widely acknowledged as one of the game's best dunkers. While Connie Hawkins, Jumping Johnny Green, Elgin Baylor, Jim Pollard, and Gus Johnson performed spectacular dunks before Erving's time, Erving brought the practice into the mainstream. His signature was the slam dunk, since incorporated into the vernacular and basic skill set of the game in the same manner as the crossover dribble and the no-look pass. Before Erving, dunking was a practice most commonly used by the big men, usually standing close to the hoop to show their brutal strength, which was seen as style over substance, even unsportsmanlike by many purists of the game. However, the way Erving utilized the dunk more as a high-percentage shot made at the end of maneuvers, generally starting well away from the basket and not necessarily a show of force, helped to make the shot an acceptable tactic, especially in trying to avoid a blocked shot. Although the slam dunk is still widely used as a show of power, a method of intimidation, and a way to fire up a team and spectators, Erving demonstrated that there can be great artistry and grace in slamming the ball into the hoop, particularly after a launch several feet from that target. Julius Erving has a net worth of approximately $50 million. He is 6 feet 7 inches tall, which is equivalent to 2.01 meters tall. That being said, let's dunk. Julius Erving early life. As stated earlier, Erving was born on February 22, 1950, in East Meadow, on Long Island, and raised from the age of 13 in Roosevelt, New York. Prior to that, he lived in nearby Hempstead. He attended Roosevelt High School and played for its basketball team. He received the nickname Doctor or Dr. J from a high school friend named Leon Saunders. He explained, and I quote, "I started calling Leon Saunders the professor and he started calling me the doctor. So it was just between us. We were buddies, we had our nicknames and we would roll with the nicknames. And that's where it came from." Erving recalled, and I quote, "Later on, in the Rucker Park League in Harlem, when people started calling me Black Moses and Houdini, I told them if they wanted to call me anything, call me Doctor." Over time, the nickname evolved into Dr. Julius and eventually Dr. J. Erving was first called Dr. J by his friend and future teammate on the Nets and Squires, Willie Sojourner. Julius Erving personal life. Erving is a Christian. He has spoken about his faith, stating, and I quote, "After searching for the meaning of life for over 10 years, I found the meaning in Jesus Christ." Erving is a second cousin of economist Walter E. Williams. Erving was married to Turquoise Erving from 1972 until 2003. Together they had 4 children. In 2000, their 19-year-old son Corey Erving went missing for weeks till he was found drowned after driving his vehicle into a pond. In 1979, Erving began an affair with sports writer Samantha Stevenson, resulting in the 1980 birth of Alexandra Stevenson, who would become a professional tennis player. Although Erving's fatherhood of Alexandra Stevenson was known privately to the families involved, it did not become public until Stevenson reached the semifinals at Wimbledon in 1999, the first year she qualified to play in the tournament. Erving had provided financial support for Stevenson over the years but had not otherwise been part of her life. The public disclosure of their relationship did not initially lead to contact between father and daughter. However, Stevenson contacted Erving in 2008 and they finally initiated a father-daughter relationship. Erving met Stevenson for the first time on October 31, 2008. In 2009, Erving attended the Family Circle Cup tennis tournament to see Stevenson play, marking the first time he had attended one of her matches. In 1988, Erving received the Golden Plate Award of the American Academy of Achievement. In 2003, Erving fathered a second child outside of his marriage, Justin Kangas, with a woman named Doris Madden. Julius Erving and Turquoise Erving were subsequently divorced and Erving continued his relationship with Madden, with whom he had 3 more children, Jules Erving and 2 others including Julieta Erving, who was born in 2005. They married in 2008 and moved from St. George, Utah to Buckhead, Atlanta in Georgia in 2009 while managing their Atlanta Golf and Country Club. On September 10, 2021, Erving attended an unveiling ceremony at the University of Massachusetts Amherst for statues honoring himself and fellow UMass alumni and Basketball Hall of Fame members John Calipari, Marcus Camby, and Jack Lehman. The ceremony was attended by former teammates, coaches, family, and current players of the UMass men's and women's basketball teams. Julius Erving post-basketball career. Erving earned his bachelor's degree in 1986 through the University Without Walls at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. After his basketball career ended, he became a businessman, obtaining ownership of a Coca-Cola bottling plant in Philadelphia and doing work as a television analyst. In 1997, he joined the front office of the Orlando Magic as vice president of RDV Sports and executive vice president. Erving and former NFL running back Joe Washington fielded a NASCAR Busch Series team from 1998 to 2000, becoming the first ever NASCAR racing team at any level owned completely by minorities. The team had secured sponsorship from Dr. Pepper for most of its existence. Erving, a racing fan himself, stated that his foray into NASCAR was an attempt to raise interest in NASCAR among African Americans. He has also served on the board of directors of Converse prior to their 2001 bankruptcy, Darden Restaurants, Saks Incorporated, and the Sports Authority. As of 2009, Erving was the owner of the Celebrity Golf Club International outside of Atlanta, but the club was forced to file for bankruptcy soon after. He was ranked by ESPN as one of the greatest athletes of the 20th century. In 1991, he performed the narration in a performance of Copland's Lincoln Portrait with the Philadelphia Orchestra under Ricardo Muti in a concert to honor the 62nd birthday of the late Dr. Martin Luther King. Erving made a cameo appearance in the 1993 movie, Philadelphia, starring Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington, and in the sitcom Hanjin with Mr. Cooper in 1995. He also made a cameo appearance as himself in Lice, the 10th episode of the 9th season of the comedy series, The Office, produced in 2013. Erving appeared as himself in the 2022 movie, Hustle, starring Adam Sandler and Juancho Hernangomez. Thank you for watching and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content.